With the election fever gaining momentum, Rajya Sabha TV gets you the ground report from all the poll-bound states in verdict 2013. I'm Smriti Rastogi, and before we get you all the election news in detail, let us take a quick look at the top headlines. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi addressed campaign rallies in Mizoram and Chhattisgarh. Narendra Modi seeks one more week to reply to the EC notice on objectionable remarks at the campaign rally. And Chhattisgarh Congress asks EC for an early count of the first phase poll results. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh today addressed a campaign rally from Aizwal in Mizoram. Manmohan Singh said that the UPA government's policies for growth are showing good results and the country had seen a record average economic growth in the last 9 years. Singh said that since 2004, the UPA's regime has reduced poverty at thrice the rate achieved in the preceding decade. The Prime Minister also highlighted a number of steps that his government has taken on governance and curbing corruption.
I stand here to appeal to you to vote for the Congress party in the coming assembly elections. Exactly 5 years ago, I had visited Aizwal for the same purpose just before the last assembly election. You reposed your trust in our party in those elections, and you can see the results.
And Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi today addressed 3 campaign rallies in Chhattisgarh in which he accused the Manmohan Singh government of failing the state. Rahul also paid tributes to the Congress leaders who were killed by the Maoists on 25th May.
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi held 3 rallies today in poll-bound Chhattisgarh. Addressing the gathering in Surajpur, Rahul said the state could only prosper under a Congress government.
बीजेपी को यहां से निकालें, इन चोरों को यहां से निकालें, तभी आपका प्रदेश आगे जाएगा। करोगे या नहीं? भूलो मत इस बात को। आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अब जाओ, चुनाव जीतो।
Rahul Gandhi also praised former State Congress Chief Nand Kumar Patel, who was slain in a Naxalite ambush.
छत्तीसगढ़ को नंदू पटेल की याद रहनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि उसी में से आपका रास्ता निकलेगा। उनका दिल मंत्री का नहीं था, चीफ मिनिस्टर का नहीं था, उनका दिल सरपंच का था, जमीनी आदमी का दिल था। और वो जानते थे कि अगर इस प्रदेश को आगे ले जाना है तो जमीन से शुरू करना पड़ेगा।
Rahul also focused on the food security bill passed by his government earlier this year. The region will have elections on November 19th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And for more on this, we are joined by our correspondents Vishal Dahiya and Kriti Mishra. Kriti from Ambikapur. We'll first go to Kriti. Kriti, what were the important points made by Rahul Gandhi in the 3 rallies which he addressed today in Chhattisgarh?
Yes, Smriti, I was at Surajpur in Chhattisgarh, and Rahul Gandhi launched a scathing attack on the incumbent BJP government and accused it of looting all the resources of the tribal and poor people, be it land, forest or minerals. He said that economic growth during Raman Singh's regime stagnated and he only favored industrialists at the cost of the poor people. In continuation of this, he also lauded the efforts of the central government and said they came up with pro-people schemes like the Food Security Act, the Land Acquisition Act and the RTI Act. He also stressed on the dearth of medical facilities, health facilities and educational institutions in Chhattisgarh. Remembering the Jharkhand Ghati attack on May 25, in which the top leadership of Congress of the state was wiped out in Naxal attack, he said that people of Chhattisgarh, the tribals, the Dalits, the poor people face Jharkhand Ghati-like attack every day in their lives. So he also assured them if Congress is voted to power, then the development of the state and enhancement of the tribals will be the priority. Smriti.
And what is the significance of these regions and the rallies which he addressed today in the second phase of Chhattisgarh polls on 19th? Kriti, are you getting my voice? Okay, so we have lost the line with our correspondent Kriti Mishra. We'll go to our correspondent Vishal Dahiya, who is joining us live from Delhi. Vishal, the campaigning for the Chhattisgarh second phase polling will end tomorrow. So what is the significance of these rallies which Rahul Gandhi addressed today? And what do you think that you have also actively participated and given us ground report from the region? How are the things likely to pan out?
Well, Smriti, it's the last leg of the election campaign in Chhattisgarh, and this will be the second and last phase of polling, which will happen on 19th for 72 seats. So obviously, now the campaign will be at its peak. That is exactly what we can understand from the statements being made by leaders of various political parties and the rallies being addressed by them. The attacks and counter-attacks are now getting more louder by both BJP and Congress and their respective leaders. But if you look at these 72 seats, it's quite obvious that both parties would like to go ahead and try and win or rather woo more voters towards them in the last 36 to 48 hours. These 72 seats are really crucial for both Congress and BJP. If you look at the 2008 results, then both sides were almost at a same level in these 72 seats, and 2 seats went to BSP. So it's not only about Congress and BJP. Let's not forget the small players as well. BSP, as I was saying, had 2 seats last time, and then there is Chhattisgarh Swabhiman Manch, which also has an alliance with the smaller parties like CPI and JDU. So obviously, everybody is trying to do their bit, and the final say will be with the electorate when they come out to vote on 19th.
Right, Vishal. Thank you so much for giving us that piece of information. Meanwhile, 14 tiffin bombs and live cartridges were recovered after an encounter with Naxalites in Gariyaband region of Mahasamund district in Chhattisgarh. The region goes to polls on November 19th. Security forces were mobilized from the interstate border of Chhattisgarh and Odisha for the operation. Meanwhile, in an unrelated development, the Chhattisgarh unit of the Congress demanded an early vote count in 12 assembly seats of the Maoist-affected Bastar region. The party said it apprehended that voting machines are under threat. The party issued a press release claiming that the ruling BJP was extremely disappointed and under pressure. And with just 2 days to go before the second phase of polling in Chhattisgarh, our correspondent Vishal Dahiya takes stock of the issues and political equation in Korba Assembly constituency, which is also known as the power capital of the state.
Korba district in Chhattisgarh accounts for 11% of the total coal production in India. It has 11 operational power plants operated by NTPC, BCPP, HTPP, CACB and SBS, among others. These power plants in Korba generate approximately 9,000 megawatt of electricity per day. But they also produce 40,000 tons of fly ash daily. And this huge amount of fly ash is a major cause of pollution, which results in a lot of health-related problems for the people of this town. 10,000 tons of fly ash goes to the cement plants per day and 2,000 tons to the brick factories. But the rest goes to ash ponds. 36 ash ponds are spread across the Korba town. According to a recent report of the CPCB, Korba is the 5th most critically polluted industrial cluster in the country. Locals agree that the heavy pollution is indeed causing a lot of problems.
यहाँ पर राखों की बारिश होती है। आप इसी से अंदाजा लगा लीजिए कि जो व्यक्ति सिगरेट नहीं पीता है, सवेरे उठने के बाद भी उसे एक पैकेट सिगरेट का नशा रहता है।
Even the chief medical officer confirms that pollution is causing various health-related problems in the area.
ऐश की प्रॉब्लम है, फ्लाई ऐश से इससे आँखों में जलन होता है, लॉन्ग रन में काफ़ी तकलीफें बढ़ती हैं.
But those seeking votes from people of Korba refuse to acknowledge it as an election issue.
देखिए, पॉल्यूशन वगैरह तो कोई मुद्दा है ही नहीं. ये बात जरूर है कि पॉल्यूशन इस क्षेत्र में बहुत ज़्यादा है.
प्रदूषण मुद्दा है और प्रदूषण कोरबा के लिए बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है. प्रदूषण के लिए प्रदूषण न फैले, प्रदूषण राकड़ न उड़े, इसके लिए हमने कई बार आंदोलन भी किया है.
Not just pollution, people of this city have other complaints as well, like rail services. With 40 racks of coal transported per day, Korba station is a major revenue earning center for the Southeast Central Railway. But the people of this district have to do with just one express train daily,
and 2 on a weekly basis.
Locals say more express trains will help them save travel time to Raipur and other important cities.
फायदा कोरबा के लोगों को बहुत सा आवागमन के साधन मिलेंगे। इनके आने जाने के लिए, जैसे दिल्ली के लिए अभी हमको यहाँ से चांपा जाना पड़ता है, चांपा से रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिलता तो बिलासपुर जाना पड़ता है, बिलासपुर से रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिलता तो हमको पेंड्रा रोड जाना पड़ता है। ऐसे करके यहाँ सुविधा होगी तो आदमी का समय का बचत होगा।
यहाँ पे ट्रेन तो बहुत कम है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे कुछ ही ट्रेन है जो रायपुर आना जाना होती रहती है, और एक्सप्रेस यहाँ पे नहीं है, सिर्फ लोकल ही ट्रेन है, और लोकल ट्रेन से बहुत समय लग जाता है।
Railway authorities meanwhile say that a process is on to increase passenger trains from Korba.
In the past few years, we have started new passenger and mail express trains from Korba. There is a facility of the secondary maintenance at Korba. We have got a pit line there in which we do the secondary examination and then we operate the train.
With local issues dominating, it will be interesting to watch how this electoral battle plays out in the power capital of Chhattisgarh. With camera person Shivi Sudarshan, Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV, Korba.
And for more on this, we'll go back to our correspondent Vishal Dahiya. Vishal, why are the political parties refusing to acknowledge pollution as the election issue? And are they doing anything to address this problem?
Well, it seems they've spent too much time out there, politically speaking. This might not make sense to the candidates who are contesting elections this time. But then, as you saw in the report, as far as people of Korba are concerned, it is pretty much an issue for them. They are facing this problem for quite a few years now, and this is something which is affecting their daily lives. So obviously, it seems that the political parties and the leaders out there might not want to, make it public that this issue might affect elections out there, but it seems that the people do have it at the back of their mind. But apart from pollution, yes, there are several other issues in Korba as well. Right. There is an issue of better roads, better power connectivity. If you look at Korba, it's known as the power capital of Chhattisgarh. It's almost 9,000 megawatt being generated per day. But the people of the town say that despite the fact that Korba supplies electricity to not only Chhattisgarh but to other states as well, the rate of electricity in that particular town itself is something which is on the higher side, and it should come
and
it should be lowered.
Vishal, in your report, we also saw that railways, things are also being done to improve the rail connectivity in the region.
Well, yes, the people again in the region say that, as I was saying in the report, that almost 11% of coal is being produced in Korba, and given the fact that this is so much, revenue is earned from that particular region for the Southeast Central Railway, the people say that if we are earning money for the railways, then railways should also look after our facilities, and that's why the demand for passenger trains. So obviously, all these issues, combined with the other issues such as the water supply and the rate of power tariff is something which is likely to go ahead and decide as to people will vote for whom.
Vishal, thank you so much for giving us that piece of information. So Chhattisgarh is going for second phase polls on 19th. The 72 constituencies, the remaining 72 constituencies will go for the second phase polling. With that, time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us. Welcome back, and on to some news from Delhi elections. Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal today filed his nominations from the New Delhi Assembly constituency. The constituency is expected to have a three-way battle between Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, former state BJP Chief Vijender Gupta and Kejriwal. Kejriwal has declared combined assets amounting to around 2 crore rupees along with his wife. He also disclosed there were at least 2 cases against him. One filed by Sheila Dikshit and the other by Pawan Khera, in which charge sheets have been filed. Till yesterday, 403 candidates joined the electoral fray for the December 4th Delhi Assembly polls. Today was the last day for filing of nominations.
ये चुनाव हमारा नहीं है, दिल्ली की जनता इस बार चुनाव लड़ रही है, क्योंकि दिल्ली की जनता बीजेपी और कांग्रेस दोनों के भ्रष्टाचार से तंग आ चुकी है, इतनी ज्यादा महंगाई हो गई है, तो इस बार दिल्ली की जनता चुनाव लड़ रही है और दिल्ली की जनता की तरफ से आज मैंने नामांकन पत्र भरा है.
And Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, who is also contesting from the New Delhi constituency, has dismissed Arvind Kejriwal's challenge, saying neither him nor his party poses any threat to either the Congress or the BJP in the upcoming state assembly elections.
आम आदमी जो पार्टी है वो मुकाबला एज ए पार्टी ना भारतीय जनता पार्टी से ना कांग्रेस से कर सकती है। एक नई पार्टी निकली है, क्या है वो सिवाय इसके कि करप्शन नहीं होना चाहिए और सब लोकपाल लाएंगे, तो जान शायद भोली है। लोकपाल वो नहीं लाएंगे, पार्लियामेंट लाएंगी।
And for more on this, we are joined by our correspondent Shyam Sundar. Shyam, Delhi has always been a bipolar contest between BJP and Congress. This time around, we are also seeing Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party also coming and actively campaigning. So how is the anti-incumbency factor playing out this time around?
Well, as far as Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, definitely in few pockets they look very strong, and their different kind of campaign takes your attention. But as far as elections are concerned, election needs a very big and very well-oiled machinery to bring your voters to the booth, and for that you need lots of experience. And in Delhi, BJP and Congress, of course, BJP is saying that Arvind Kejriwal's party is actually Congress's B team, and Congress is saying that they are playing for BJP. But as far as our experience goes, in Punjab we have seen when Manpreet Badal launched a new party and contested elections there, and anti-incumbency vote, he got some percentage of vote, and Sukhbir Singh Badal and Prakash Singh Badal's Akali Dal came back to the power. And so that's what experts say in Delhi, that they will get some votes in some constituencies, but ultimately they have to wait to be a big player in electoral politics.
Shyam, thank you so much for joining us, and you can watch the entire interview with Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the BJP today sought a week's extension from the Election Commission to reply to its notice on Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi over some poll campaign remarks. The BJP wrote to the EC stating that Modi was busy with the campaigning for the elections and therefore needed more time to discuss the issue. Modi was served the EC notice on November 13th. He was given time till Saturday morning to reply why action should not be initiated against him for referring to the Congress poll symbol as Khuni Pancha. And the BJP in Madhya Pradesh today announced a slew of measures for the poor and the youth as it unveiled its manifesto for the November 25th Assembly elections. The promises include giving smartphone to students, laptops for meritorious ones, besides benefits to 5 lakh youngsters under self-employment schemes. The manifesto was released by Vikram Verma in the presence of Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Leader of the Opposition in the Lok Sabha Sushma Swaraj, and State BJP President Narendra Singh Tomar, and as well as other senior party leaders were also present. The party has also promised to construct 15 lakh houses for the landless in the state. For agriculture labourers, the party announced a novel Provident Fund scheme, new crop insurance policy, besides providing land lease to slum dwellers, among others. For turning agriculture into profitable venture, the party has announced to increase the agricultural potential of the state to 40 lakh hectares from current 25 lakh hectares. It also announced to set up 10 agriculture polytechnic colleges in the state. And on his tour to Bilaspur, Vishal Dahiya spoke to the voters on what will be the key issues this elections that are likely to dominate them to decide who to vote for. Take a look at this report.
We are right now in the Bilaspur district of Chhattisgarh, which is going to polls on 19th of this month. This particular district has 7 assembly constituencies. Now, politically speaking, this is a very important district both for the Congress and the BJP. We have with us some senior citizens of this particular district, and we have a mix of them. Some of them are engineers, some of them are journalists, and a few of them are government employees and businessmen as well. Let me begin with you. Do you believe that sewerage is as big an issue in Bilaspur as it is in almost all the other cities?
सीवरेज से बहुत बड़ी समस्या नहीं है, आवश्यक चीज़ है, होनी चाहिए थी, लेकिन राजनीतिक उठापटक से पिछले 25 सालों से यह परियोजना प्रभावित हो रही है। और वर्तमान में जो बनाई गई है सीवरेज, वो पूर्णतः ईमानदारी से नहीं बनाई गई है। कहीं ना कहीं इसके अंदर एक भ्रष्टाचार शामिल है और थोड़ा सा अपरिपक्वता जो है वो भी शामिल है। इस तरह से ये योजना हो सकता है फेलवर हो जाए।
What other issues do you believe will be the most important ones in these elections?
यदि ट्रेंड पर्सन जो हैं गवर्नमेंट के एम्प्लॉय के साथ साथ कुछ वहाँ के लोकली जो माने स्वयं सेवी के रूप में सामने आके अपना ओपिनियन दे सकते हैं या उनका एक अपने को सहयोग मिल सकता है वहाँ की प्लानिंग में, योजना बनाने में, सहभागिता बनाने में, मॉनिटरिंग करने में, तो किसी भी सरकार को इसका लाभ लेना चाहिए, चूकना नहीं चाहिए इस अवसर से।
Do you believe that things like the sewerage system and several other development projects which are being undertaken by the agencies in Bilaspur district, they're faulty at the planning level?
Yes, बिल्कुल। इनकी प्लानिंग लेवल जो है बिल्कुल सही और उचित नहीं है। जैसी प्लानिंग होनी चाहिए प्रॉपर वे पे कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है।
The issue of sewerage system is of paramount importance as far as the urban areas of Bilaspur are concerned, but back in rural areas, there are other issues, other basic amenities which people are hoping for, waiting for, in addition to, of course, as some of my friends pointed out, corruption and political rivalry, which is leading to delay in government projects or delay in benefits of these government projects reaching the common people. With camera person Shivi Sudarshan, Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV, Bilaspur.
And Delhi is all set to witness a three-way contest in the forthcoming assembly elections after a long time. Besides Congress and BJP, Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party is creating ripples in the run-up to the polls. Today we take you to the Laxmi Nagar constituency in Delhi and find out the major issues and concerns there.
The sight of smooth, sturdy and busy Vikas Marg and the running metro rail service will give you an impression of an advanced society. But a little drive ahead will lead you to a contrasting reality when you enter the Laxmi Nagar constituency. This East Delhi constituency came into being after delimitation in 2006. Despite that, the constituency has hardly seen any development in the last 7 years. Voters have complained that major problems in the region remain neglected.
सबसे ज़्यादा समस्या पार्किंग की है। जो गलियों के अंदर इतनी ज़्यादा यहाँ पे छोटी-छोटी गलियाँ हैं, दोनों साइड से गाड़ी खड़ी हो जाती हैं।
A major part of the population here consists of middle and lower middle class immigrant families living in rented houses. The constituency has around 1,80,000 voters and has been traditionally dominated by Congress. In 2003, when Laxmi Nagar was a part of Geeta Colony constituency, Dr. A.K. Walia won by 25,000 votes. After delimitation in 2008, he won again from the newly constituted Laxmi Nagar seat by a similar margin. Despite being a doctor himself and the health minister of the state, Dr. Walia has failed to satisfy voters.
20 साल से डॉक्टर वालिया यहाँ के विधायक हैं और डॉक्टर वालिया ने स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय रहने के बावजूद इस क्षेत्र को एक बढ़िया हॉस्पिटल तक नहीं दिया।
इस क्षेत्र में सीवर सिस्टम इतना पुअर है कि अगर 15 मिनट बारिश हो जाए तो 15 घंटे लगते हैं उस पानी को निकलने में।
However, Dr. Walia rejected the charges by his opposition. He said that the region has seen sufficient development.
हमने जो दिल्ली में डेवलपमेंट करी है तो इस कारण जो है लगातार विजय हुई है और पब्लिक को एक विश्वास है कि दिल्ली की जो समस्याएं थी वो हमारी सरकार ने हल करी हैं।
Lack of civic amenities like proper sanitation, drainage and poor potable water are some of the problems that voters have been living with for a long time. People hope things will improve after some of the colonies are regularized. Congress will have a tough task to keep the faith of its voters in this area. Anu Devan, Rajya Sabha TV.
That's all we have for you. News and programming continues on Rajya Sabha TV. Stay tuned.